Hello and welcome to today's example of learning Python. In today's example we learn how to use while loop. This is another kind of loop that it does as long as the criteria is not met. So let's see how we and the other focus on this example is the use of random. Some of the packages or classes or methods that are used in this program or in this in Python are not included in the main program, so we import it from the main library. So the package that we need to import is called random. So we need the random package in order to guess a number. So this example is about that the computer or the program guesses a number between 1 and 100, and then the user guesses the number until the user finds the correct number. So let's see how we begin with it. Now we make a variable by the name of number, and this number is a random number chosen by the computer or the program between 1 and 100. So how we use the random package, we write random dot rand int. So we randomize a random integer number, and there are different random numbers, so it will be an integer number between 1 and 100. Okay, this is our number, and we need a counter in order to count the number of guesses, how many times we guess this in order to find the correct number. So we need a counter. We have choose another variable by the name of counter, and at the beginning it's 0. We have not guessed yet, and then it will be increased inside the while loop. Okay, now we let the user the count number guess the number. So we have another variable called we name it as guess number, and it will be int or integer number. So we put it inside input, and here we write to the user could you guess the number. Between 1 and 100. So this is we let the user to guess the number. Okay, so the guess number will be saved in this variable. So by this variable we we can work on the guess number. Okay, now we try to see if the random number, this is the random number that the program has randomized between 1 and 100, and this is the number that the user has guessed. So let's compare them until the user enters the correct number. Okay, so what we do here, we use a while loop. While, it means as long as this criteria is not met. As long as the get number is not equal to number. So as long as this guess number is not equal to this randomized number, so we do what is inside what is inside this while loop. So after we write the colon, and then we get the indentation, so everything that's inside this while loop will be run until we get until the guessed number is equal to the number that is randomized by the computer. Okay, every time we run this while loop, so the counter should be incremented or increased. So we increment the counter as we have done in the previous examples. So we write it counter plus 1. This is one way of doing it, counter plus 1. So we counter from the beginning is 0, it will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 until the right number is guessed. So another way of incrementing or increasing the number is that we use another way. It's both ways is okay. It's like this. So counter, it means counter plus 1. It's the same thing as I wrote before. So we increment the counter, and here we need if in order to compare. So we write if guessed number is greater than number. If the guessed number is greater than, so what should we do? We should print smaller. Should tell the user that the number is smaller. So the number that you have guessed is bigger than the number that is randomized by the program. So you should think about a smaller number. Okay. Else, if, or in some other program languages is else if. Here it's elif. If the guessed number is smaller, we copy this one. If the guessed number is smaller than number, then we write like this and bigger. So if the guessed number, then the number that the user has guessed is smaller than the randomized number, so we should tell the user that guess a bigger number. Okay, this will be run, and the counters will be incremented every time plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 until the user guesses the right number. And at the end of if none of these criteria is met, so we should tell the user to guess another number. So this one should be renewed so that the user guesses another number. So we tell the user that guess again, so that the user should guess again and input another number until the user guesses the right number. Okay, so at last we get out of this while loop, and now we are outside the while loop. So when we are outside the while loop, so what we do, we print, and here we print that the number of counters at the number of guesses that the user has done. So at the end, the user will find the number, because it will run, the while loop will run until the number, the right number is guessed by the user. So now here we print you found the right number by how many guesses. So the number of guesses that we have here is counter, because we have incremented counter each time the user guessed. So by counter plus again, and here we write times or guesses. So by 10 guesses, 5 guesses, or okay. And this one we should not forget that it should be written in a string form, otherwise it will give an error. So we convert the counter, which is an integer number, to a string in order to be accepted in the print. So this is the program that I hope it should work. So we'll run it and see if I guess the right number, and as few guesses as possible. Let's see. Okay, could you guess the number between 1 and 100? Okay, I'll guess the half of it. Let's see what happens. I guess 50. Bigger. So the number is between 50 and 100. So I guess 75 in the middle. It's even bigger. So I guess a number between 75 and 100. So this time, let's see, 87. Bigger, so it's between 87 and 100. 87 and 100. I guess 92, 93. Smaller, so it's between 87 and 93. I guess 90. Okay, so it is between 87 and 90. 89. That's it. Good. So we found the number by you found the right number by 5 guesses. So what I did, I divided the number by half each time. So this is the best way. Otherwise, it will take more than 5 or 6 or 10 guesses in order to get the number. So we have to know what we do. Okay, this is the way of using random numbers. We randomize a number, the computer randomizes a number, and the counter counts it, and the user guesses a number, and in the while loop we compare the guessed number with the number that has been randomized, and here's we compare even to give the user the hint in order to if the number is smaller or bigger. That's it for today. I hope you've learned something. Please share and comment and subscribe. Have a great time. Bye bye.